Awesome. I love it.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And there is that time where you're just ready to do that, which is great.
Yeah.
I want to just, this is going to be just quick. I wanted to read something that I want to point out is in one of our books that we will dive into after the MREA. Our shift book here. It was written by Gary Keller and Dave Jenks and Jay Papasan. A lot of people don't know Dave Jenks. Dave Jenks, though, brilliant man. He's actually kind of resurfaced into the KW family, and he has an amazing wife. Her name is Gina Waterfield. Kira, look her up, Gina Waterfield on Facebook. She is a life coach, and she's just a real great source of encouragement for me. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, so this book was written during the shift. We are currently not really experiencing a huge shift, just a shift upwards. It's a different kind of market right now. Servicing buyers is challenging. Servicing sellers can be challenging too, especially when they need to make that move. They're selling something and they need to buy something. But all in all, there are opportunities in every market. And we need to be that voice that shares opportunities with our friends and our family. I was speaking to one of our agents this week who is joining us, and he works in a hospital. And one of the conversations that I had with him was, we need to oh no, I'm sorry, he's with us right now, and we have to look at how many opportunities have slipped by us. How many times have we not opened our mouth about how we could potentially help people in what could be the biggest asset that they could purchase in their life, that could fund all the dreams that they have? And how many times have people come past us that maybe if we even talked about what the forbearance loans were, and we could have helped somebody maybe restructure their loan for a little while during a time where they were unemployed. So there were lots of opportunities that came up in this last 12 months. And regardless of what market, I think that's something that I've learned over the 17 years being in the business, is you just have to carve out your opportunity. I remember when this book was written, and we had a lot of tours, or a lot of our top leaders were going around and doing a book tour with this. And the truth was, in every market, you're going to find your opportunities. Your question just needs to be, hey, what part of the business are you interested in? So if anybody is out there asking you as a real estate agent, hey, how's the business? Hey, how you doing in the business? It's never a good time to be negative. It's always a great time to just say, hey, what opportunity are you looking for in the business? Right now, we are experiencing some really great prices for our sellers, but we're also experiencing some great buys for our buyers. And so I just want you to understand that how you show up is who you're going to attract. So in this market, could you get really negative if you're working with lots of buyers that you maybe haven't been able to secure a contract yet? Sure, you could. You could also say, hey, at least I am blessed enough to be writing transactions. And at least there are homes out there that my buyers are finding that they do like. And maybe we have to put multiple offers out in one weekend so that if we write 3 contracts, then maybe we get 1. So I just want you to embrace the time that we're in as a great learning experience. See the opportunities as they are. Maybe change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And just know that it's not a thing where this too shall pass. This is real estate. Welcome to real estate. It's just, we don't decide the market. We are just here to interpret the market. So, Kira, can you resonate with any of that?
Yeah, I mean, people are always asking me how it's going, and it's a good reminder to really hone in on the positive.
Yep.
It's easy, especially as a new agent, to like see the negative and let it define what's happening.
Great word. Great word. Define. Do not let the circumstantial situations help define you, because it's not, sometimes we will look at something, or we're in something and we're in the emotion of it, and it feels way extreme, something that we might not ever be able to get out of. We're forming opinions, we're having judgment, And at the end of the day, tomorrow it kind of fixes itself and it moves on, and you're still stuck in that either mode, or you lost a whole day and it wasn't necessary. So I forget which one we were talking about, but we need to compartmentalize those things. We need to put it in a box and put it on a shelf. Know that, you know what, you'll deal with that in the morning. We're not going to allow that to interfere with my family dinner that I have planned or my next appointment that I have to go on. So I want to read a poem here, and it is found in the Shift book. On 271 in the Shift book, it talks about the gift of the shift. And at the top, it says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the one I can, and the wisdom to know that it's me. Okay, so we cannot change other people. We can only change the way we show up in a situation. We can also change the way we look at something. And I'm not going to say that it's always going to be peachy creamy. There will be times, and we were talking about this at our Bible study on Tuesday, there will be times that you are crushed. You are absolutely crushed. In life, things happen, stuff happens. Life shows up and something may crush your soul. My dad passed, crushed me. So much fine wine has come from that crushing, okay? And in business, things will crush you. You'll have a customer that you've been spending so much time with, or a for sale by owner, or a cousin or a friend that is going to list their property with you, and all of a sudden, when it comes to that moment, they go and they choose someone else. And I just want you to understand that that too is purposeful for you to learn from it. Where's my DNA on it? Who am I surrounding myself with might be the question you need to ask yourself. Who is that sphere? Do they really back me? Am I in alignment with the people that are in my sphere? Do they know what I do? Do they want to support me? Do I want to support them? And some of it may just be, hey, I wasn't prepared. I was late. I didn't know what to say. I honestly wasn't the right person for it. I couldn't have helped them. So regardless of what it is, whatever situation we find ourselves in, just expect that you are where you're supposed to be and embrace any lesson that's going to come from it. I also want to tell you, hard times aren't easy. It's not meant to be, hence the name. It says, but you know what? Easy times aren't easy either. Life is a continuous challenge. So if we think we're going to get to a point where we'll arrive and all of our problems will go away, you're just going to actually break through the ceiling, as you know, that happens from E to P inside of our MREA book. You're going to break through that ceiling. You're going to get to a whole nother level. Your head's now above the clouds. There's going to be a whole new set of problems. There's going to be a whole new set of challenges, and there'll be a whole new set of rewards. So, you know, embrace growth. If you don't embrace growth, you will stay where you are. And if you're not growing, you're dying. And it says here, the living always have problems to solve and challenges to overcome. That's life. The real difference between people is in how they deal with them. If you want to have fewer problems, I suggest you learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Learn to shift. So I guess identifying what is a problem. Is it a problem or is it an opportunity? Is it a problem or is it a challenge that you just have not overcome yet? In bold, we're taught it's a challenge that you haven't overcome yet. You haven't mastered it yet. I also would challenge you to say, is it something that I should be spending my time on? We also have to say, I'm saying yes to this and saying no to other things. Maybe I should be saying no to that. So yes, I can open my hand and receive. You know, if you're like this, you're not going to be able to receive much. So we have to, if you're comfortable, you're not growing. And so it says, be careful what you wish for, though. It says that comment really hit me one day while I was having lunch with my wife, Mary. As many of you know, Gary's wife is Mary. I shared with her that I had been wishing that I could just shut my eyes, and when I opened them, the shift that we were currently in would have passed. I told her that I thought about this, and I suddenly realized that wasn't what I really wanted. It dawned on me that if I forwarded my life a few years, this shift might be over, but so would a lot of other things. I would have missed so much. So even in tough times, there is so much to savor. And it goes on page 274 to say, besides, the old English proverb says, a smooth sea never made a skillful mariner. You know, to say I can navigate those rough waters, and I got through that whitewater rafting, and we survived, and everybody was healthy and safe, and we got to the end, and that's something to be proud of. To say that I coasted through the calm bay and I got to the other side, well, how hard was that, right? So a smooth sea never made a skillful mariner. Embrace every moment. So I want to read a poem. It's on page 274, and it's called The Farmer's Luck. Okay. And it says here that to think of a shift as an opportunity. It says Dave Jenks often credits Price Pritchett, and you guys know that I often read from Price Pritchett, which is a U squared. Change always comes bearing gifts. I believe this is true. Can change surprise us with the benefits it can bring? Absolutely. And it says Jay Papasan brought this truth home to Dave and me by sharing this story. And this story is his children love it. He read it from a picture book called Zen Shorts. And it's about a giant panda that befriended 3 siblings, Addie, Michael, and Carl. And in the book Stillwater, the bear tells Michael the story of the farmer's luck. So here is the ancient Taoist tale of the farmer's luck. Okay. Many years ago, there lived a farmer who toiled daily in his fields. One day, without warning, his prize horse, the one he relied on to work the land, ran away. When the news reached his neighbors, they arrived at his door to offer consolation. What bad luck, they said with concern. Maybe, said the farmer. The following morning, the farmer awoke to find his prize horse had returned with it 2 wild horses. Upon hearing the news, the neighbor exclaimed, "What great news! What good luck!" Maybe, replied the farmer. The very next day, while trying to tame one of the wild horses, the farmer's son was thrown and badly injured his leg. Again, the neighbors arrived quickly to offer their condolences and said, "Such bad luck." Maybe, answered the farmer. A day later, officials from the military arrived looking for the young men to fight in battle. Recognizing that the farmer's son was badly injured, they did not ask him to enlist. Such good luck, shouted the neighbors. Maybe, answered the farmer. So it says, after hearing the story, young Michael says, I get it. Maybe good luck and maybe bad luck are all mixed up, but you never know what will happen next. This is true for all of us. The good and the bad happen at the same time. In fact, it can sometimes be difficult to tell one from the other. Or as Abraham Lincoln said, nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. There can be a gift of the shift, and perhaps even more than one. And whether we see times as full of difficulty or full of opportunity, they will most likely turn out exactly how we see them. In the end, we determine the times by our choices. Our choices will be to either try to avoid them and wish they weren't true, or embrace them and accept the opportunities that they offer. So I just want to continue to encourage you that regardless of what you are going through or what your business is going through, that there is a purpose for everything, and that maybe, I don't know, just roll with the punches and understand that you show up with integrity and you always do the right thing, and the right thing that is for you will show up. So that's what I got. And Kira, anything you'd like to add before I close?
Just thank you. It's really encouraging.
Good. I promise that even if it's one, or even if nobody were to show, I'm always going to pour into whoever is here. So I appreciate you and your time. You little lotus, you. You know, I'm going to get you like a lotus cup or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, have a wonderful weekend. I'm here for you. If you need me, text me. For those of you watching on Facebook, have a great weekend, productive weekend. Thanks for listening.
You too.
Bye-bye.